Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin String coming at you with a review of the most recent ration that I bought from foreignmra.com. This is a single meal ration, the old style in the clear bag before the British ration producer switched to the tan bag, which is a more recent version. But this is my new tan. This is bean and pasta salad, and it is to be eaten warm. There is a ration heater in here, and so I'll go ahead and pull everything out. I will be using my foreignmra.com mug for one of the drinks, and I have my foreignmra.com spork. These are very nice sturdy bags, reusable, so I keep them. So the first thing that I pull out is the extra large accessory bag, which from what I have seen from the newer rations, they cut down the size of the bag itself, although the contents may remain the same. They just cut down the size of the bag. Again, this is a very sturdy bag, so very reusable. There is the comment card that the British soldier would fill out to evaluate the ration and to give their feedback. And a soldier who does this can enter this for a drawing. So obviously only open to members of the British military to do that, but it's fun nevertheless to look at these and to think about what you think about the particular ration, and see if the producers make improvements later on. And instead of the usual silver-colored retort pouch that has a Beyond the Beaten Track logo on it, this one is just a plain green. It just has the basic info on it. So this is the bean and pasta salad, 300 grams. There's the ration heater bag with a piece of tape to attempt to close it, although sometimes they have a tendency to pop. And it has a pad in it. So I'll be firing that up. And although not in the accessory pack, but separate from it, is a pack of tissues for whatever you need to use these tissues for, so very handy to have. This is a Beyond the Beaten Track oat digestive biscuits. I have had these before, and these appear to have survived the journey well. This fruit nougat bar looks like it took a bit of a hit. It got a little smashed, but you can see the different pieces of fruit in there. Two pouches of the same fruit-flavored energy drink. They are both peach. So I will use one tonight and I will set the other aside. And the last two items is the cookies and cream flavor cereal bar. So it'll be on the beaten track item as well. And this is the Fruit Explosion Fruit Puree, and another Beyond the Beaten Track item. And the orange cap means it is orange apple peach. Some like to equate this with baby food, but I suppose if you had to feed it to a baby, you could. But it's a good way to have something for later if you don't have time to eat it now. Drop this in your pocket or a bag and slurp it up while you're on the go. The accessory bag has a lot fewer items in it because of the way that they have changed some of the items in the recent years. There's two pieces of gum in here. The single large size alcohol-free antibacterial wipe, the spork, which will get upstaged by the foreign MRE spork, and significant change that appears to be, I don't know if this is going to be like this for all UK rations or just certain ones. This is a 3-in-1 coffee. And this is a 3-in-1 tea. So I'm going to move all these other things back. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up the ration heater before I do anything else. Sometimes these tear notches don't like to cooperate, so I will cheat with it. Before I fill it, I'm going to go ahead and pull this piece of tape off. I'll just stick it on the side of my table. This is a 2017 production of this ration, so I'm actually not going to throw salt in like I have in the past for these ration heaters. A little squirt. Be shaking it to saturate the pad. Here's a piece of tape I pulled off earlier. Stick it down, and because I just happen to have it, these insulated bags that I got from the Chinese rations, I'm going to stick this inside here. It'll help contain the heat. So I have it there. And I'm going to wait to prepare my hot drinks until it's closer to time to take the pouch out of the bag. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just rearranging everything else. So the way these fruit explosions, and there's another one that used to be in them called Fruit and Fun, you just twist off the cap and you break the plastic ring around it, and then you can just suck right out of it, squirt it onto a spoon. There is no spread of any kind to go with these oat biscuits. Sometimes you get a ration that has a spread, sometimes not. Oh, a couple of broken pieces in there. Only one broken out of the whole lot. But this is a close-up of what it looks like. And cereal bar. This is what it looks like. Got crisp rice all the way through it. And we'll go ahead and mix up the fruit punch in my drinking jar that I've had for a long time. The ration heater has kicked off. It's quite loud, and there's steam coming off. lots of steam, so that is a very good heater. This calls for hot water, but I am going to use cold. I don't think it's necessary to have all three hot drinks, but I'm going to try mixing it with cold water. It looks like almost like a tea. It looks like a peach flavored, like a tea drink. So if this is a true tea, I would have to look at the ingredients on it, but if it is, then I would have two teas. I expected it to be more like a Gatorade type, sports drink type powder, like you would get in various rations, including U.S., Canadian, other British rations, French ones. There's a fair amount of powder still in here. So I decided to go ahead and mix this up now and see if maybe it just needs time to dissolve. I'll go ahead and set that back here. I'll give it another stir later on. But for now, I'm going to go and pause this and wait for the ration heater to finish doing its thing. And then I will fire up the coffee maker to heat up the water for my 3-in-1 coffee and 3-in-1 tea. And then I will be back. I am back. My coffee pot just finished, so I'm going to go ahead and get the. I'm going to go ahead and open up these pouches. I'm going to do the coffee in this one here. I put the knife away and oops, these pouches do not have tear notches. So that's something that they could rethink a little bit. Definitely smells like coffee. So this is a blend of shadow there. Coffee, sugar, and creamer in there. Now the tea will go in my foreignmre.com mug. So that is what the tea looks like. It's a little more uniform in color. Now I'm going to go get the hot water. I'll stir the tea first since I have it closer to me. Both of these have the creamer and the sugar added in with the instant powder. So the upside to that is it takes the guesswork out of it, less packaging to deal with, meaning you only have one packet to open instead of 2 or 3. Of course, the downside is if you don't want the extra sugar or creamer or as much of each, then that can be a little hard to control. And I did not open this fruit bar before I paused the video because I didn't want it to get too sticky right away. So I will go ahead and open this now. The little rice paper that's on the edges here probably didn't help it a whole lot because it got so squished. So I will just put it on edge like that over here. Now I will get this out. This is still quite warm. That's one thing about these Chinese insulation bags. When you can reuse them. So if you get a Chinese ration, I would not throw those bags away, because if you use a ration heater and you do not have some kind of a sleeve or a box or something to put it in, if you use that, then you don't have to worry about it losing its heat, especially if you're in a cold place. Here comes the pasta with beans. Now, this looks like there's something else in here too. It's not just pasta and beans. It looks like there's some other goodies in there. Just using the ration heater bag as a makeshift trash bag. It looks like a couple of different kinds of beans in here. Looks like either lima or it could be a fava, most likely a lima. And a red bean, like a kidney bean. And there's a piece of pasta. There's bits of tomato in here, like tomato paste. So this is a vegetarian entree. So for those who either do not eat meat or do not eat certain kinds of meat, if this menu has continued in 2018 versions of this ration, this one will be a good one for you. And the pasta is quite soft. But it's not gone to mush, which is a good thing. But the beans are firm. They've not gone to mush either. They've held their shape pretty well. I'm going to first take a sip of this this peach tea energy drink, and it does taste like a peach tea. It looks like it. Here's a piece of that oat digestive biscuit. I'll take a nibble of this. I have had these before, like I said, but they are good. Some might take a little bit and say, dunk it in our coffee. I'm not one who normally does that, but and speaking of coffee, I'll go ahead and take a sip. Well, it's just the right amount of sugar and creamer for my liking. I want to be able to taste the coffee flavor, and it is a decent coffee. I just dunked a piece of the oat biscuit in there. It's not something that I would do a lot, but for those that might like it, they might enjoy it. I'm going to go ahead and take a bite of this squished up fruit nougat bar. There are a few different kinds of fruits in there, looks like. It still tastes good despite the fact that it got squished. I'm going to take a drink of this this tea. It's just a nice English tea the way they like it. And as I said years ago, in another video, I used to drink creamer in my hot tea all the time when I was a kid. And I'm not even British, I'm Polish. But yeah, I used to do that. I'd go into a restaurant and I would order some hot tea. I would grab the coffee creamer and I would put one in. Then I got away from it, and when I went to college, but only within the past probably 15 or so years, I've gotten back into doing that on occasion. I don't drink it like this all the time, but I do once in a while. I'm going to go ahead and squirt some of this fruit explosion so you can get an idea what it looks like. Very loose. I can definitely taste all the flavors, although the peach is not quite as prominent as the apple, but it's still a good combination. Now go ahead and take a bite of this this cereal bar. If you haven't had these, basically think of Oreo cookies meets Rice Krispie treats. That's pretty much what this is like. So no doubt a very enjoyable treat for those who have to eat these rations in the field, or who may be choosing to take this on a camping trip. So I would go ahead and get this ration if you're into this kind of vegetarian food. I am no way, any shape or form a vegetarian, but I do eat meat, I just don't eat pork. But for those that are vegetarians or simply want to try something like this, then I would say go for it. If you've never had a 3-in-1 coffee before that is not an American product, these are not bad. I would say get it. And that ration heater did a very good job. I did not feel like I needed to have salt handy, which I would do with older ration heaters. So tonight, this will be my dinner. So this is menu 10 from 2017, the British single meal ration. Beans with pasta. And I want to urge you to go ahead, check out foreignmre.com, where you can get this mug and this spork. And not this ration, because I think either I bought the last one of the single meal British rations, or another viewer did, because in a comment we bought the same ration, so I think we bought the last two, and there was only menu 10 left, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And I'm very glad I did. But there are other British rations available, the 24-hour ORP rations. And they're always on the lookout for new stuff. So go check out foreignmre.com. I'm going to put the link down there to not only their website, but their YouTube channel, because they're getting into ration reviews. In fact, today they put up a video of an IMP that they have been sitting on for quite a while. So they decided to go ahead and review that, or Art did. I think Nina was either just running the camera or she was away, and Art did it all by his lonesome, but they are getting into more doing reviews themselves, and that's very good. So go check them out. And they still have plenty of the ammo can boxes. They put a couple of new ones together, so go check them out. And there are a couple of new items that you'll have to go to their website to find out what they are. Because I wouldn't like having a couple of those myself either, but you'll have to go check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.